The woman was too stunned to speak.
And it gets way worse. This one's wild. So this Balenciaga dress for $44.50, 100% polyester.
This is polyester. This is polyester. This is polyester. This is polyester. This is polyester.
There's been a significant reduction in the quality of the fabric for a number of the major brands and retailers.
Today we're going to be diving into why expensive clothing no longer equal quality and what to look for when you actually shop and want to get good quality, affordable pieces for as long as I can remember at least. Expensive clothing has been a gold standard for quality, right? What if I told you that $1,500 designer clothes that you've been saving for might actually be lower quality than the $150 alternative? That's what we're seeing. The higher the price, the better the craftsmanship. At least that's what we thought.
How are you going to sell me a tank top that is $245 that is 100% polyester?
Correct.
My biggest fashion pet peeve is mid-tier clothing brands that are selling us cheap quality clothes at such an expensive
Happening
price.
more and more.
All over social media, shoppers questioning the quality of costly clothes. The fashion industry booming, selling more than $300 billion in apparel a year. That's almost 3% of American household spending.
But in today's fashion, that is obviously no longer the case. From luxury brands cutting corners to affordable brands actually stepping up now, the landscape of fashion and clothing has truly changed. So today we're going to be breaking down why luxury isn't synonymous with quality anymore. I've been doing this for a while now, and I've actually had quite a bit of videos in the past showing you how to actually shop and what to look for when you are shopping. Historically, luxury brands earn their reputation. Right? You knew that, oh, well, if I'm going to this luxury brand or whatever, this item of clothing is quality, should last me for a long time. In fact, you would see a lot of these things being seen as investment pieces, things that could be passed down to your children or to your friends or to family members if you really didn't want to use it anymore because it was that good of a quality. It lasts.
This Abercrombie ad from the 80s helps explain why. The high quality wool was a huge selling point. They even tell you exactly where it's from. Just look at the way JCPenney advertised their suits in this ad from the 80s.
Two-piece suits that are expertly tailored, classically designed, and have an elegant touch.
They're not selling you on the price or the trendiness, but on the craftsmanship and design. Even one of the cheaper suits on the market was still pretty high quality.
It had the finest materials, it had superb craftsmanship, and it was just quality, luxury. And at that point, the details, kind of, right? Because the price points were always high, but the details kind of justified that price point. You could say, well, if I am paying this much for this clothes, I know it's going to last. And that was the guarantee we had. Whether it was the best leather you could get or from a specific brand that you knew had quality to it, that's what you would look for. You knew if I go to that brand, if I go to this company, they're going to give me great leather. They're going to give me great quality. This thing is supposed to last. So yeah, every detail justified that price tag in a way, right? But here's the catch. The global fashion industry has changed drastically as productions moved overseas, with fast fashion becoming the norm, right? Luxury brands have adapted to this new landscape of fashion and started adopting similar practices that you would find from a fast fashion brand. And that's where the quality price connection started to break down completely. So what's causing this shift? It comes down to three main factors. Fast fashion has blurred the line between high-end, affordable, high street, whatever you want to call it, kinds of brands and companies that existed. Many luxury companies now use the same factories as a lot of these fast fashion companies now. Right? But then they turn around and charge 5 to 10 times more than obviously the fast fashion brand because they have to keep that level of standard when it comes to the people that they exclude, right? Because again, luxury thrives on who can be excluded, who cannot access that price point. And obviously that's because of branding. It's perception. If they charge a lot of money for something, you're bound to be like, oh my God, there must be something to the reason why they're pricing this like that, right? At least that was the thought. That was the train of thought we had in the past. And again, at that time in the past, it kind of ran true, right? You would have these pieces of clothing that even, let's talk about even bags, right? We would have like the Chanel bags from like 20, 30 years ago, the vintage versions of it, lasting, being high quality, great lambskin or caviar leather or whatever it is that people bought that leather for, or that type of leather or that kind of bag, and holding on and being way more durable than, of course, what we see now. What we see now is terrible quality, things that are falling apart right after a person gets it from the store. It's breaking apart when you get home. And mind you, the price hikes are out of this world, right? A bag that used to cost what, $2,000 before, you could get it on sale maybe. We're now looking at $10,000 for the same thing, and the quality is worse. What's up with that? Modern luxury brands are really just spending more money on marketing, branding, rather than the craftsmanship these days, and it shows. Take Gucci, take Balenciaga, take Chanel, like I just mentioned. Their focus is now marketing, PR, coming up on your feed, coming up on your FYP, coming up on your page. That marketing is what they're putting money into, influencers and all the type of things. But that's where that money that should be going into the craftsmanship and into the leather and into the things that we're actually buying for those price points, that's where that's going. So quality, it's not a priority anymore. It is based solely on name. Remember the Chanel trash bag? And I also believe Balenciaga also had a trash bag. These are thousands of dollars in bags, right? Thousands. But of course, people didn't buy this for the quality. I mean, it's a trash bag after all. I know it's leather and everything. It's the style of it is a trash bag. But let's be honest, people are not buying it for the quality anymore. It is solely for the name. It is solely for the logo. And let's be honest, we're part of the problem. I mean, if the marketing, or if they realize that the more they do marketing, the more people will buy it, regardless of the quality, regardless of what standards that they have to upkeep. And they see that regardless, they're still making profits, which we've talked about in my other video, how post 2020, the profits for luxury were insane. It's starting to slow down now. In 2024 to 2025, we're starting to see a little bit of, slow movement in the profits for the luxury goods market, but it didn't deter them in profit for so long. So why would they stop? Now, overall, they're still making, okay? It's still going up, okay? They are still making money, but it's just not as much as obviously that post-COVID, everyone coming outside and wanting to treat yourself, right? So yeah, we're part of the problem, me and you, because we still buy those things and they're not quality, and then you go online and complain about it. Well, okay, you could have just not bought it. Okay, because at this point, people are just more concerned about the logos and trends and keeping up with their favorite influencer or whatever lifestyle they aspire to have, not really thinking about the quality. Yes, you come on the internet and complain about the quality, but you still have the brand and the logo, so now you're fine, right? Exactly. And it gives brands the excuse to cut corners because you're buying it and their profit still shows that you're still buying it. So why would they change their tactic if you're buying? Just as you saw in the video. We have so many examples now. You have Aloe who's cutting corners. A lot of the items, polyester. Okay. And we're seeing a big rise in polyester recently that I literally cannot stand it. Like, if I am going to a company, if I'm going to a brand that I expect that I'm going to be spending a $200 price point as the starting, like their price range starts at $100, I do not want to see 100% polyester. That is actually outrageous. And I said this in my video and I talked about it because I was like, this is where to get quality, affordable pieces, because just because it's expensive does not mean it's quality, because it's all polyester. You go to Revolve, you go to Reformation, you go to Gucci, you go to whatever, you buy a new sneaker, you buy a new workout clothes, workout gear, it's polyester, it's plastic. What are we doing? Like, what is this? I remember Gucci was criticized for their synthetic materials in their sneakers. These are $700+ sneakers. Why are we using synthetic material? Why not just use leather? Obviously, the profit margins must just be out of this world. I understand that. And like I said, that's why we're going and seeing this reoccurring so much right now, because for them, it's about profit. Like any company, they have shareholders, they have someone to report to. They want to make profit for their stock members and their shareholders. That's all they're here to make money for. So at the end of the day, if they can cut as many corners as possible, they will do it. And then you're stuck with a sneaker that breaks apart, it's not comfortable, but yeah, you pay $700 for it. And again, like I said, the people who have the actual means will still buy it because $700 may be like $7 to them. So for them, it does not matter. But for you who thought, oh, I was going to save for this really, really cool shoe that I've always wanted for all of my life, and then you go and buy this thing and it's falling apart, it's like, I'm sorry. Am I being played right now? And you are. So yeah, you want to go for Gucci? Go for Veja. They have Really great alternative for shoes, really great alternative for sneakers. We've seen a lot of people going to them as a brand because they have the standard. They start what, at $100, $200 for those sneakers? And yet you're getting a good, comfortable sneaker compared to something like Gucci, which is just like name brand, right? And I know Veja is actually on the rise now too, but comparison, like we're looking at $100, $200 sneaker. You're looking at Unrunning, right? You're looking at all these other different brands that are very similar in the price range of $100, $200. You know you're going to get your wear out of it. Cotton, rubber, comfortable, durable materials. And that's what you want if you're spending hundreds of dollars on something. Obviously. Let's go to the Prada nylon bag. Remember the Prada nylon? I will literally never buy the Prada nylon bag because it's a nylon bag. It is a polyester nylon bag. And that thing I think starts at like $2,500. It's actually insane to me that it blew up so much in like 2020 to 2022. But I could literally never bring myself to buy it or even think about even liking it because, hello, it is a nylon bag. It literally says it in its name. But again, in 2020, 2022, that thing was every single place. Everywhere. Everyone had that. But then you can go to Longchamp, right? Great quality, durable, $100, $200 price range. Same line-on, same material. And I dare say, Longchamp has been around for a while. I remember in like, what is it, high school? Maybe high school? Maybe middle school? I don't know. One of those. It was super popular back then. Everyone had a Longchamp bag, and it's back now, Longchamp. So everybody's back into it. Maybe not my style in general because I don't really go towards nylon bags in general. But yeah, the comparison is clear. Like, why would I go to a Prada $2,500 bag when I get a $250 bag that does the same thing? I can wipe it, it's durable, and I get the look for less. If you're paying 10 times more, shouldn't the quality match? It just makes sense, but obviously doesn't because that's what we're seeing these days. And let's not get to Louis Vuitton, right? We see the Louis Vuitton, the MM bag or the PM bag, the classic one, canvas, plastic coated. The bag handle are falling apart. The thread is ripping apart. Every single day we see a complaint on Reddit, on TikTok, on Instagram. Every single day. Still being bought, but why? What's going on? Well, you could go to Coach, you could go to Marc Jacobs. There's so many other brands that give you same quality, so many styles. And I love the revival that we've seen with Coach recently too. With all of the different things that they've really put out on the market recently, that just shows you for a price range of $200 to $300, maybe $400, you are getting something quality, good leather bag. They're not overcharging. Of course, there's profit to be made, so they always charge for it. Maybe you could get that bag without the branding for less cheaper, but way more affordable. I've mentioned in my video many times places to shop for good quality clothing. You have so many places that you can go to that, in my opinion, I want you to actually take out the idea, oh, okay, this is a fast fashion brand or not. I just want you to look at the material and the composition of the clothing. If you look at the composition of the clothing wherever you are, and I know there are a lot of people who've talked about this, myself included, if you look at the breakdown of the clothing, you would know whether this is worth that money or not, whether it's $50 or $250 or $2,000. If it says it's cotton, yes, great, that's cotton. Is the fabric thick? Is this worth my money? Is this worth the value that I'm getting for this price? Because we see so many brands that obviously have come out now with so many alternatives, or at least their own versions of, whatever is trending in their company. They're good quality. You don't have to spend that crazy money. Uniqlo, Patagonia, you've seen so many places. I love Mango myself, right? So many places with good quality. And you don't have to go to Canada Goose or Montclair to get the same quality. You can just go to a better, even better, maybe sustainable brand on top of that, right? These days, price does not guarantee luxury, does not guarantee quality. It doesn't. Take it out of your head. Just because it costs a lot of money doesn't mean anything. Sit down, look at the fabric, or at least a breakdown of the clothing. And I think also because we shop now online so much, right? A lot of these companies are able to get away with it because, you can tell the quality of something till you get it in your house and you realize, oh my God, this is actually not great at all, right? And they thrive on that. Most people shop online now, myself included. I'm not shaming you. I do it. I love to shop online. I actually don't think I've actually shopped in store for probably like 8 to 10 years because like I go into the store, they may not have what I want in store, so I have to order it online anyway, or they don't have my size, so then it's like, okay, let's go order it online. So why did I come here? Why did I waste my gas and my time to come here? I'm just gonna do it online. But just because you're shopping it online does not mean you shouldn't look at the reviews, does not mean you shouldn't look at the material composition, does not mean you shouldn't know, okay, these are places that typically I can go to and I can trust that their quality is good. I've listed a couple, right? Because at this point, most luxury brands rely on their name rather than their quality, rather than what they have to offer you, because you're gonna buy it anyway. So stop buying it. It's not good. Why are you buying something that's mostly acrylic and it's $600? That don't make sense. I love that a lot of affordable brands are stepping up. Of course, the market demands for it because people buy in the range of money and the price point that they can afford. We all know this. That's just like economics at this point, right? You can buy what you can afford. And I love that a lot of brands and companies, like I've mentioned, Uniqlo, Coach, Patagonia, Mango, so many other places that I've shopped myself that I'm like, yeah, they don't necessarily have to always prove to me that it's quality because I know that they tend to give quality. So those are the people we want to go to, right? That's how you solve, I guess, this problem of shopping and the issue of finding quality. Go to the places that guarantee it. Do your research. This video talks about it too, right? Look at how this clothing sits, even on the model. You can sometimes even tell on the model. And mind you, they, clip the model's clothing and make it look better. And they obviously have a stage and setup because what you see online obviously is not real, or for the most part. Some companies are better than others. But again, you have the companies you can trust and you have the ones that you can't, right? Just look at the review. Look at their sustainability reviews. Look at their material. Is the pleating sitting right? Are the buttons like pilling, or is it pulling? If you already have a cloth and the button already is making like a weird S shape around the button, that fabric is not good. Why is the button pulling on the fabric? Like, what are we really doing here? Grams per square meter, meaning there's a lot of layers of the material that they're using for whatever piece of clothing that you want to buy. So that fabric, you can wash it more, because it is literally woven well. It is many layers of fabric, 300, 500, whatever it may be. This is a heavy material. You know you're washing it. I'm not seeing through when I hold it up to the light. That means it's a little bit more quality. That's how you can tell these things are lasting or they don't last. If you are in the store, you're online and you already see a fray, a piece of fabric sticking out of the clothes, what do you think it's going to look like when it gets to you? Good question, right? Next time you're tempted to splurge on a designer piece or you're saving up for that piece, double check. Double check first what people have said about it, because, on the internet these days, people will talk. There's tons, like I said, including myself, tons of people who have done breakdown of fabrics, clothing, brands, and they can tell you this isn't worth it. Go for the alternative from Target. You can get the same look, same quality for a fraction of the price. Do the research. It is your money. You're spending this money. Take a minute and pause and see, can it go to a better material, something that does not only break in the bank, but also last longer. So yeah, what have we learned today? Easy. If you cannot also find some of the stuff, try going to a thrift store, right? I remember I have a couple of stuff that I got from thrift a while ago. Great quality. Literally amazing. And the crazy thing is that it's funny. I think, my husband said something a while ago. He said, if someone has donated it and it's still lasting, more than likely that item is pretty good. Right? That quality held through one user and it's now onto you, more than likely it's pretty good. So go through a thrift store, check some things out there. Like I told you, I have a video that talks about what to really look for when you're at a thrift store, right? Like the blazers, the bags. For me personally, I don't go for shoes when it comes to like thrifting, because I feel like my gait and the way that I stand in shoes are just different. I just don't want to put someone else's shoes on. But you can wash clothes. You definitely can clean a bag or restore it. So yeah, look to that. Like, is it really worth this price, or am I just really paying for the logo? Am I sucked up in the over consumerism and the attention economy that we're in right now? And is that really why I'm getting this thing? Let me know what you think about the shift in the fashion industry, because I've been crying about this for a second. I've been talking about it for a second, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this $500 and it's acrylic and polyester? Make it make sense. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check out my video on shopping secrets that you need to know about. I talk about in more detail what you should look for when you're shopping, right? And until next time, bye.